top team?
Well, Chobra on the top team. This is the finals of DominateDominion number 6. We have Naught point defense with his Sauron playing as Jax, inFe playing as Ryze, Painkillar playing as Pantheon, CaptnBuwberry playing as Malphite, and ZaberZ playing as Ziggs. I'm Gandair, casting with me is Chobra. Chobra, who do we have on the bottom side?
Bottom side is blind pick Banditos. We have Talith PA on Teemo, Elalya on Yorick, Aesh on LeBlanc, Jjaja on Udyr, and Aparkhurst on Shen. And a lot of cool skins coming out all throughout. The only one without a skin actually is Yorick, so feeling probably a little bit left out, but that's okay. Everyone has summoned in, so game should be starting live very, very soon, and this will be the last match of the night. It is for the championship of DominateDominion number 6.
Yep, it's a best of 1 finals. We do someday in the future want to change that to a best of 3. We don't know when. We'll tell you when that gets around to happening. And let's flip it to the KDA is what they wanted to see in this game.
I do apologize. I've been switching back and forth. Wasn't sure what was preferred to the viewers, but thank you for letting me know. So now I can do that at least for the last game, and hopefully this will be a great game. So you guys would like seeing that. So we're looking at the setup here. Jjaja actually standing closer to going bottom than Elalya. Of course, I mean, anything could change, but the way they have it set up so far, I would expect to see Jjaja go bot and Yorick actually go towards top.
Yeah, nothing wrong with Yorick top. Yorick top works just fine. It's just Yorick is a particularly powerful bottom. That's why they typically will see them go down there, but those rules are effective anywhere, and then Shen can just decide to, oh, I'm going to go bail out bottom, or I'm going to go bail out top, whatever. He jumps around. You've got, Jjaja, who, he's the one that enlightened me as to the double Doran's bottom lane Udyr. So I bet he's going to go null mag this time. Hold on, let's just build down there. Whoa, no, he's going to go, that. Oh, well, because he's probably not going to go against, yeah, he's probably banking on going against Jax instead of Ryze.
That appears to be the case, so I guess good call on his part. Everyone is setting off. Jax and Udyr will be in the bot lane, and the others making their way towards top. Shen's going to stop. Yeah, Aparkhurst and Shen is going to stop by to pick up the drill first, as is Painkillar on Pantheon on the refinery. And Teemo just speeding through to get to the windmill first, get a couple ticks off before any battle starts. Aesh already taking a little bit of damage from that minefield.
Yep, Ziggs throwing that right over the wall there. I mean, you get used to those timings after a while where you know when people are going to show up, you know when to fire those skill shots off. inFe, wow, almost at a half health already from Elalya right there. And Aparkhurst now the focus of some damage as they begin to really exchange blows very heavily here. It looks like Elalya might actually be the first one to go down. And CaptnBuwberry may follow. CaptnBuwberry or Painkillar both really on health. Aparkhurst goes down. Talith PA and Aesh against a very high health and mana. ZaberZ and inFe does not look good. inFe's going to hang around and start capturing that. But we do have a couple revives popping back up immediately for Elalya and Shen as Aesh does go down. And Elalya, there we go, throwing that ghoul right on over that fence. Walls don't matter. And Parker's jumping up towards the top there, going to try and take inFe down. We got an exhaust going off on inFe to try and keep him from getting away. Elalya also getting focused by Buwberry and Painkillar. And now inFe still alive, still doing it, still kicking. Talith PA having to deal with Buwberry there as they are kept back so that his teammates can capture the point. And the windmill has been successfully captured, but Jjaja has the point pushed all the way up on Sauron and is making a good headway on it.
Yeah, the minions already took it down quite low, so we'll see if he's able to continue pushing. But yeah, inFe really props goes to inFe on staying alive during that entire engagement, just kiting back and forth, allowing his team to soak up most of the damage and to stay alive to help capture the point. And now the minions again wailing on it. Aesh actually shows up for help, but Sauron is going to get out alive, and Jjaja taking down a lot of damage from ZaberZ and doesn't have much mana to stay and sustain. Yorick shows up, but inFe also counter shows up, so Elalya is forced to run with half health already.
Yep, things going a little bit of a one-way. For anyone watching the VOD, though, my right hand's acting up, so my camera control is gonna be a little weird for the rest of the game. Over at the side of the thing here, Talith PA and Aparkhurst trying to put down Painkillar. Buwberry goes off with the airborne there, trying to keep things, keep the bad things from happening to his teammate there. Living for quite a while, though. Oh, what? There we go. We got a Painkillar does go down after a while. Aparkhurst low on hit points there. Aesh up at the top. Talith, PA, inFe, Elalya, all the usual suspects up here at the windmill for what looks to be a 3v3 fight brewing.
We actually see Aesh coming around, okay, not making the way towards the refinery, but just wanted to juke the other team, pick up that extra health relic. Is going to come back into the fight, taking a little bit of the long way to not get caught in the middle. And now they're looking at inFe once again. inFe, the squishiest one right now, but again gets away immediately to safety. Is he going to get Shadow Dash? So yes, the Shadow Dash does connect to ZaberZ and inFe, the targets that purple team wants to focus on right now. ZaberZ has been taken down quite low. ZaberZ does have the Storm Shield though. Are they going to be able to get out? Actually, we see the ultimate coming down from Pantheon, and he jumps right onto Talith PA on Teemo, but no, gets stopped by LeBlanc, and now Aparkhurst coming back on Shen and gets that second Shadow Dash down. Is ZaberZ going to live? ZaberZ does live with only 70 health, and they're able to fend off the siege once again at Windmill. And wow, really good job going to blue team.
Yeah, very narrow fight there. A couple champions just barely making out with their heads intact. However, you know, Jjaja still making some moves down here at the bottom. He hasn't been too successful with it though, but he kept Sauron against that point very often. If he keeps Sauron pinned down like that, you know, Jax not very good at killing creep waves, so if he can really build up a wave and get it on there, he might be able to get a neutral off and start making a play down for the bottom. But right now, he does have that neutral over. ZaberZ and inFe are heading down to the bottom there, but it does stop the clock for a little while this is going on. Jjaja, don't go that way. Everything bad is over there. He wants to keep it neutral though. He's going to do it for as long as he possibly can before he gets taken down. And, you know, there we go. He's got two people on him right now. He's going to turn around and try and get a little bit of damage on Sauron, but it's going to be inconsequential in the end. Up at the top, however, Parker's trying to make a move on that, but he's going to get interrupted by Painkillar and Blueberry. Painkillar goes down. Blueberry left. Blueberry and ZaberZ in a 2v4 situation. Things not looking very good at all for Naught point defense up at the top here. And there we go. Bombs away by ZaberZ, knocking Painkillar down. Aparkhurst going to dive out of the way, try and buy his teammates time to get the capture going on that. inFe, though, is going to take out Talith PA, and Elalya going to try and get back out away from here or delay, whichever. I'm not quite sure. And there we go. It does look like it's definitely going for the delay there. Elalya is going to get taken out, and that tower not quite getting captured there. That is a quest objective tower. If they were able to secure that, would have given them a 10% damage boost. But minions and Dominion very strong, not quite strong enough to take that point.
Yeah, so a lot of skirmishes, but in the end, Naught point defense is able to maintain control of the windmill, so they're staying in the lead, 42 to 372. Meanwhile, the skirmish going on, the duel between Sauron and Jjaja, both running quite low, but Sauron is now in enemy territory. But we do see Painkillar coming down for help on Pantheon. He's running with that speed boost from the speed shrine. Sauron just staying on it, and yes, both of them hop onto Jjaja. He will be taken down. Can LeBlanc finish off Sauron? No, doesn't want to get caught by Painkillar. Is going to back off a little bit until Elalya shows up for help. She's gonna come around to try to cut Sauron off. Can she get the combo? No, he walks into the bush just in time, so Aesh is forced to back off.
Over at the top end of the map, we have Aparkhurst and Talith PA looking for a position to really engage this top tower. inFe was the only defender for a moment, but now Blueberry and ZaberZ are coming up at the top, and it looks like with that slow, they are going to commit to an attack here, and they're going to try and kill Aparkhurst, but you know, he's going to go ahead, he's going to dash on out of that. Creep wave adds additional terrain to the battle and is going to stall things momentarily. Aesh walking around in the back here, though, in a pretty good spot. Dashes up right through that. Wow, ducks right back out of that fight after putting a lot of damage on inFe, trying to land a stun there. I don't think he was quite able to get it off it. And now, oh, there we go. Aparkhurst goes down. Looks like they're trying to find Aesh, but they don't get the right one. Aesh in the back, try to get that stun. There we go. And able to get the stun off, but does die in the process. Talith PA goes down as well. Things looking significantly better for Naught point defense at this point.
Yeah, and inFe still has not died 6-0-9 and just able to kite back and forth and hide behind the wall that his team is able to provide him, juking into the different paths, into the brush, and so Naught point defense has a commanding lead right now. Of course, bottom tower just at the core keeps getting contested, but at the same time, Painkillar just mobile enough to continue to provide support to Sauron, and you know what, Jjaja caught in a little bit of better place, but no, inFe does not follow through, does not spot him teleporting back, so he's going to get out just fine back to the summoner platform. Meanwhile, Aesh is going to run into inFe. Are they going to duel about? inFe gets the damage out first, but Aparkhurst does show inFe in danger right now, gets bridged down so alone without his teammates there to help him out. He will be killed, but you know what, Painkillar comes in, helps finish off LeBlanc. Actually, Malphite picks up the kill, and they're just going to continue to chase. The Ziggs ultimate coming down, it will not connect, but Aparkhurst taking a lot of damage. However, the slow the slow coming up from Aparkhurst is going to stall it, and actually Elalya now continuing to slow them with the Omen of Pestilence, and Ziggs and Ryze now coming back, so it's going to be a back and forth fight, but you know what, Talith being caught in a bad position will be bursted down, and Aparkhurst was also killed off by Pantheon.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to go for the drill or if they're just going to use this to stay aggressive on the map and sort of keep them pinned back against that tower, not really give them an opportunity to move out. That's one of the better ways to play Dominion, I think, is you go for 3 towers and you keep active on the map, make them feel like they can't make a push out, and usually they don't, or at least gets them distracted enough to the point where you know, you're in control of the flow of the game. When you're dictating the flow of the game like that, that's what'll win you games, and it seems like they're doing Not Point Defense is doing a really good job of that right now. You see inFe and ZaberZ on the opposite end of the map. Anytime that anyone from Blind Pick kind of pokes their head out, they encounter someone. Elalya getting caught at the bottom, gets picked apart very, very quickly there with the ultimate there. Aparkhurst down at the bottom. I'm not sure that's quite a good place for Aparkhurst. Maybe he doesn't know the enemy team is all around him over there. Aesh going after Painkillar in a different area of the map. Up at the top, we have Talith, PA, and CaptnBuwberry. Both teams very, very spread out, very, very active with their movements right now. Not a lot going on, though. A lot of little skirmishes.
Yeah, a lot of little skirmishes, and yes, the stream is lagging a little bit, frames being dropped, but I'm looking for a solution. Meanwhile, still trying to keep up with the action. Aparkhurst does get caught. It's going to be finished off, and Painkillar living with a Hex Drinker. However, is he going to be finished off? Yes, LeBlanc does pick up the kill, but Aesh also will be finished off, so Not Point Defense continuing to keep this lead up.
And down at the bottom of the map, we got Sauron and ZaberZ doing the Elalya coming up at just the last second to try and get that. Maybe the creeps are going to neutral it. They are able to get the neutral off on the bottom point. Not Point Defense has 3 captures to 1 right now. Elalya, ooh, that's bad. Elalya takes a lot of damage right there in a very, very short amount of time. Gets free trip to the summoner pad as a result. Talith, PA, and Aesh come down to stop that point from being captured. Meanwhile, Shen over here defending the drill by himself, and Aesh, Jjaja, Talith down there. They're going to recapture their bottom point. CaptnBuwberry, I don't know if he's going to... Nope, he's going to go ahead. He's going to turn right on around. He doesn't want to mess with that. He knows they're in a good position. He doesn't want to extend himself farther than he has to. Taking some damage right there from LeBlanc. LeBlanc with the, you know, 1 step in, 1 step out. You know, doing the damage hokey-pokey there, as it were. And another little 2v2 engagement. Elalya, oh my, that's a lot of damage.
That burst. And Shen does come in with the Stand United to help Elalya out, gets that taunt, as we mentioned, to help his teammate get away, but now Aparkhurst is in a bad position. Is he going to get bursted down? No, he does blow ghost. No, he turns around to try to Shadow Dash through the other way, but CaptnBuwberry running very close. Almost dodged that with the fade, but is going to be finished off, and Talith, PA, now caught under his own tower. They will be taking the drill back, and yes, the stream looked to have smoothed out a little bit, but frames are being dropped again. But I'm going to keep up with the action. CaptnBuwberry running very low after using his ultimate to disrupt the entire enemy team, but you know what? It really wasn't worth it. Maybe it depends on how inFe and ZaberZ are able to kite around the entire team. So many people running low on both teams, but inFe will be shut down. They're going to try to continue chasing ZaberZ. ZaberZ misses with his ultimate. He does catch Aesh, though. Aesh running very low, tries to pick up the kill, and Elalya dodges it very, very well. Aesh now coming in to pick up that kill, but is Pantheon going to come in and be able to jump over? No, a little bit too late. CaptnBuwberry speeding up as much as he can, but Aparkhurst making sure to save his teammates.
Aparkhurst doing a really good job of keeping everybody alive. Give that guy a doctorate. He is Dr. Shen, making sure his patients don't get taken out. I haven't seen someone do that good a job of keeping other people alive in quite a while in this game. Very, very excellent play by Aparkhurst there, keeping Elalya and Aesh from getting killed. Pantheon missing with that ult, unfortunately. Maybe could have gone a little bit further to intercept, but that is all said and done now. 463 points to the 116 and ticking down for Blind Pick Banditos. Elalya getting caught in the middle, and you don't want to get caught anywhere near Ryze, seeing inFeed's damage that he's been putting out over the last couple of engagements here. And Elalya is going to get taken down. Talith, PA coming up, but then backing a little bit off towards that tower. Aparkhurst there with a dash, but doesn't connect with anyone. He gets locked down with the Rune Prison. Takes a bunch of damage. We got the Randuin's Omen goes down. Garrison on that tower as well. Talith airborne from Malphite. Aparkhurst goes down, and Not Point Defense is able to secure that tower. LeBlanc comes in to try and interrupt things, but she is not able to do a significant job of doing so, as that point does still get captured. And Aesh is forced to take a trip back to heal as Elalya comes back to try and reclaim the drill.
But we do have the 5-point cap coming out from Not Point Defense, and this is just pretty much commanding. The points are being ticked out so fast For blind pick Banditos, they can't really contest any of the towers right now. They're just completely sieged at their own base, at their own summoner platform, and while they have maybe cleared out a little bit right now, I don't know if they even have time to capture the towers. No, the towers will be finished off and the game